Albert Roger Milla is a former professional soccer player from Cameroon. He is best known for his performances in the FIFA World Cup, particularly in 1990, where he became the oldest goal scorer in World Cup history at the age of 42. Milla played as a striker and had a successful career, representing both his national team and various clubs throughout his career. He is considered one of the greatest African soccer players of all time. Roger Milla grew up in the city of Yaoundé, which is the capital of Cameroon. He was born on May 20th, 1952, and spent his childhood and early years in Yaoundé before launching his soccer career. He was raised up in the streets of Yaoundé, and he hailed from a typical middle-class family, and his parents were able to provide him a satisfactory education. But due to a clerical error and misunderstanding, his birth certificate as well as his passport implies his name is Roger Milla, but he was given the last name of his uncle Milla when he was born. Roger Milla attended elementary and high school in Yaoundé, Cameroon. At the age of 17, he became the Cameroonian school's high jump champion. However, he did not complete his university education because it was hard for him to reconcile professional footballing with the demands of schooling. He moved to France at the age of 25 in 1977, where he spent 12 years of his career playing for various clubs. Roger Milla's parents are Ruth Ndobo and Germaine Mo. His father, Mo, was a railway worker, and Milla had the fortune of traveling all over the nation on many occasions during his childhood, while his mother was a housekeeper in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Milla's family moved to Douala when he was 11 after his father's transfer to the city. Roger Milla has married twice in his life. He married his first wife, Marie Evelyn, in January 1984. The couple stayed together for 20 years, before she died on January 17, 2004 at the age of 39 in Paris, France, after suffering from serious injuries sustained from a ghastly motor accident. The accident was caused by the failure of the driver to properly negotiate a bend, which resulted in the car somersaulting off the road at a full speed. They had 2 children together, Albert Roger and Ruth Sandy. The footballer married again after 3.5 years, tying the knot with Astrid Stephanie Ndobo at Saint Esprit Chapel in Yaoundé, Cameroon, on July 20, 2007. Roger Milla got his second son, Raphael Ndobo, with Astrid. Raphael is following his father's footsteps by playing football. Roger Milla's son played in Dubai and enrolled with First en España Academy, founded by former Spain and Real Madrid star Michel Salgado. The Cameroonian is still alive, living with his family in Douala and running several initiatives and charities. Roger Milla started honing his soccer skills at a young age. As a child growing up in Cameroon, he had a passion for the sport and began playing soccer in his local neighborhood. Milla's talent and dedication were apparent from an early age, and he continued to develop his skills through regular practice and participation in local youth teams. His commitment and hard work eventually led him to a successful professional career and international recognition as one of the greatest African soccer players of all time. He began his career at Dynamo Beervelde and moved to Eclair Club's youth system in Douala, where he debuted for the first team in the Cameroonian 2nd Division at 15. Roger Milla then joined Leopard Douala in the 1st Division in 1970. Milla's talent and skill on the field eventually led him to become one of Cameroon's most iconic and celebrated athletes. He dedicated himself to the sport. It is worth noting that Milla's success and fame primarily came from his achievements as a professional soccer player, rather than his academic pursuits. The legendary striker scored 89 goals for Leopard Douala in 116 matches, winning 2 Cameroon Premier titles. He then signed for Tonnerre Yaoundé, a top club in Cameroon, where he continued to showcase his talent for 3 years, before moving abroad to play for different French clubs. Milla made his debut in a World Cup qualification against Zaire in 1973. He was part of Cameroon's squad in their first World Cup in 1982 in Spain. The football legend scored 43 goals in 77 games for the Cameroonian national team. Roger Milla, the former Cameroonian football player, appeared in a few movies. He made appearances in films such as One Night in Turin, 2010, and United Passions, 2014. Roger Milla played for several clubs throughout his career. Here are some of the notable clubs he represented. Tonnerre Yaoundé, Cameroon. Milla began his professional career with Tonnerre Yaoundé in the early 1970s, where he gained prominence in domestic football. AS Monaco, France. In 1973, Milla made a move to AS Monaco in France. He played for the club in two separate stints, from 1973 to 1980 and 1982 to 1984. Bastia, France. Milla had a brief spell with SC Bastia in France during the 1980 to 1981 season. Saint-Étienne, France. From 1984 to 1986, Milla played for Saint-Étienne in France. Montpellier, France. Milla joined Montpellier HSC for the 1986 to 1987 season. Saint-Pierroise, Reunion Island. After his retirement from professional football, Milla played for Saint-Pierroise on Reunion Island during the 1999 to 2000 season. These are some of the notable clubs that Roger Milla played for during his illustrious career. Roger Milla has won several championships and achieved notable successes throughout his career. Here are some of the championships and achievements that he earned. African Cup of Nations. Milla won the African Cup of Nations with the Cameroon national team in 1984 and 1988. CAF African Footballer of the Year. He was awarded the CAF African Footballer of the Year twice, in 1976 and 1990. FIFA World Cup. Milla made a significant impact in the FIFA World Cup. In 1990, he led Cameroon to their best ever performance in the tournament, reaching the quarterfinals. Milla became the oldest goal scorer in World Cup history at the age of 42, and was awarded the FIFA World Cup bronze shoe for being the tournament's third highest goal scorer. French Division 1. Milla won the French Division 1, now known as Ligue 1, with AS Monaco during the 1977 to 1978 season. These are some of the notable championships and achievements that Roger Milla earned throughout his career. His accomplishments, both at the international level and with his club teams, have solidified his status as one of the greatest African footballers. Roger Milla received several awards and honors throughout his career for his exceptional contributions to soccer. Some of the notable awards he received include FIFA World Cup bronze shoe. In the 1990 FIFA World Cup, Milla received the Bronze Shoe Award for being the tournament's third highest goal scorer. African Footballer of the Year. Milla was named the African Footballer of the Year twice, in 1976 and 1990, by the Confederation of African Football, CAF. African Cup of Nations Team of the Tournament. Milla was included in the CAF African Cup of Nations Team of the Tournament multiple times, recognizing his outstanding performances in the competition. Order of Merit. For the African Football Confederation, Milla was honored with this prestigious award in recognition of his significant contributions to African football. Induction into the African Football Hall of Fame. Milla was inducted into the African Football Hall of Fame in 2004, cementing his status as one of the greatest footballers from the African continent. These are just a few of the awards and honors that Roger Milla received in recognition of his remarkable skills and achievements in the world of soccer. As stated earlier, Roger Milla is currently retired from professional soccer and has dedicated himself to promoting youth development and the growth of football in Cameroon and across Africa. He has also served in administrative roles, including holding positions in football organizations and serving as a Goodwill Ambassador for United Nations Development Program, UNDP. Milla's passion for the sport and his commitment to making a positive impact continue to shape his activities and involvement in the football community. Roger Milla's net worth is estimated to be around $185 million. This estimation takes into account various sources of income, including smart stock investments, substantial property holdings, lucrative endorsement deals with CoverGirl Cosmetics, He also owns several restaurants such as the Fat Milla Burger chain in Yaoundé, a football team, the Yaoundé Angels, vodka brand Pure Wonder Milla in Cameroon, and is tackling the juniors market with a top-selling perfume, With Love from Roger, and a fashion line called Roger Milla Seduction. Please note that net worth can vary over time based on various factors, such as career earnings, investments, endorsements, and other financial ventures. Roger Milla owns several cars, properties, houses, and real estate. Since retiring as a player, he has been involved in various philanthropic and football-related activities. Roger Milla has been involved in several charity endeavors throughout his career. Here are some of his notable charity endeavors. Roger Milla Foundation. Milla established the Roger Milla Foundation, which aims to support underprivileged children in Cameroon. The foundation focuses on providing educational opportunities, promoting youth development, and contributing to the overall well-being of children in need. Youth development programs. Milla has been actively involved in youth development programs in Cameroon, organizing football camps, clinics, and tournaments for young aspiring players. These initiatives aim to provide coaching, mentorship, and opportunities for talented youth to develop their skills in a supportive environment. Humanitarian work. In addition to his focus on youth development, Milla has been involved in humanitarian efforts to provide assistance during times of crisis. For example, he was actively involved in relief efforts and fundraising campaigns in response to natural disasters such as floods and earthquakes in Cameroon and across Africa. Ambassadorship and advocacy. Milla has used his platform and influence to serve as a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. In this role, he has been an advocate for social causes, including promoting education, health, and sustainable development in Africa. Soccer development in Cameroon. Milla's success and impact as a player helped raise the profile of soccer in Cameroon and Africa as a whole. His performances in the FIFA World Cup, particularly in 1990, inspired a generation of young African players and showcased the talent and potential of African football. Promotion of African talent. Milla has been a vocal advocate for African players and has worked to promote the talents of African footballers globally. He has spoken out about the importance of equal representation and opportunities for African players in the world of soccer. Philanthropy and youth development. Milla has been involved in various philanthropic endeavors, particularly focused on youth development and education in Cameroon. Through his foundation, he has supported initiatives aimed at providing educational opportunities and sporting facilities for underprivileged children. Charity matches and events. Milla has participated in numerous charity matches and events to raise funds and awareness for various causes. These events have focused on addressing issues such as education, healthcare, poverty, and social development in Cameroon and other parts of Africa. Advocacy for children's rights. Milla has been an advocate for children's rights and has used his platform to raise awareness about issues affecting children, such as child labor and child trafficking. He has also emphasized the importance of providing access to education and supporting the overall well-being of children. Recognition and awards. Milla's achievements and impact have been acknowledged through various awards and honors, including inductions into the African Football Hall of Fame and Order of Merit of the African Football Confederation. These recognitions highlight his contributions to both the sport and the African continent. These are just a few examples of Roger Milla's charity endeavors, showcasing his commitment to making a positive impact in the lives of individuals and communities in need. His philanthropic work reflects his dedication to giving back and promoting social change. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave comment, and share this video.